So I feel I should start this with a warning. This may well be the most 80s movie ever made and could therefore be considered problematic today. This is Screwballs 2, also known as Loose Screws. I'm Jay Harangue and I talk about soft porn and stalker movies.
You should subscribe.
We start at Beaver High.
What?
Yes, Beaver High, where we meet these 4 high school students. Brad Lovett, Steve Hardman, Hugh G. Rection, and Marvin Eatmore. Principal Hardbutt,
What?
yes, Principal Hardbutt, has had enough of their hijinks, so calls them into the office. All the other students, however, seem to absolutely love them, and who wouldn't? Steve is wearing shades, gloves, and has his collar up. Hugh has a video camera, and Brad is breakdancing. This is a big thing at Beaver High, apparently, as is dressing like Madonna.
These are the lowest marks ever recorded at Beaver High.
Really?
Their grades are appalling, and they've already done 4 years in 12th grade. They have no interest in anything Principal Hardbutt is saying, as they're more interested in his assistant. That is, of course, until he mentions summer school.
Coxwell Academy runs a special program for students just like you.
So they're off to Coxwell Academy. It's important to note that these 4 are completely obsessed with sex, and if the stuff they do in this film were to be done today, all 4 of them would be in prison.
True.
So they arrive at Coxwell before all the other students and decide to check the place out in the most 80s way possible. Here comes the bus carrying the rest of the students, and here's their first opportunity.
I've been assigned to give you your orientation tour. Ladies, follow me.
Yep, they've set up a fake doctor's office in one of the classrooms.
Is that going to be a problem? Yes.
Steve and Hugh are in white coats posing as doctors while Marvin is watching from the closet.
To begin the examination, strip down to your bras and panties.
What if I don't wear a bra?
Do you have tits?
Little ones.
I'm going to make an exception. You may take the examination.
Thank you, doctor.
Well, nothing remotely suspicious here.
How come he's got a video camera?
Have you heard of video dating?
Yeah.
This is video X-ray.
Well, that makes sense.
All seems totally normal. It's only when Marvin is spooked by the skeleton in the closet and runs out that the girls realise that these aren't real doctors.
What?
So all the girls start screaming and the gang runs off down the corridor. But oh dear, they've bumped into Principal Arsenault. They're taken into his office and he tells them how seriously academics are taken at the Coxwell Academy.
And nobody steps out of line.
But who's this? It's the new French teacher, Miss Mona Lott.
Don't any of you move an inch.
I've already moved 9.
The gang can't control their excitement, and neither can Principal Arsenault, who decides to overlook the whole fake doctor's incident.
What?
Yep.
But if you try anything like this again, I'm gonna make this the most miserable part of your life.
So everyone goes to their rooms and Marvin's entire bag is filled with junk food. As an overweight person, I find this insulting. Not all fat people eat junk food all the time. Some of us are just generally greedy or do no exercise whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So where does Arsenal get off, anyway?
Where does he get off? You've gone unpunished for what should be a police matter. The girls seem to be a bit happier.
All right. Anybody want to smoke? Spark it up.
Maybe this place is going to be all right after all.
Yeah, maybe, but here comes Miss Von Blow.
Do I smell something burning?
Turkish blend. No smoking, no drinking, and no screwing around, understood?
Yes, Miss Von Blow.
This school really is no fun at all. That is, of course, until Brad comes up with a game.
10 points for every girl that we score. A cool 100 for certain Miss Mona Lott.
Steve is going to go straight for the 100 points and ask Mona if she'd tutor him.
I'd really like to get some French under my belt.
So he's going round her house this evening. Back in the girls' dorm, Von Blow is telling the girls that there's going to be real trouble if she ever catches a man in their dorm.
Hi there.
So this is Brad's plan to get points. By dressing up as a woman, Brad is able to infiltrate female-only spaces to take advantage of the girls.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
Ooh, you're odd.
Marvin plans to score at the local gym. I can't believe there are no objections from the members here. This is flat-out sexual assault. How has he not been at least asked to leave? Anyway, at least he finds out that Mona goes to the same gym. Hugh decides his best option is to walk around with tissues shoved down his pants to make his cock look bigger. But this massively backfires. Back in the girls' dorm, Brad has been found out.
There's a man in here.
Steve's plan has also backfired.
Je serai avec vous dans un instant. Je prends ma douche.
stalls and inns. I'm in the shower. Why don't you join me? I'm coming, my darling.
Get out of here! Get out!
So as he's running out of the house, he bumps into Arsenault, who's also there to try and shag Mona. Steve's punishment? Cleaning the school floor with a toothbrush.
Oh, I see.
None of them have any points so far, but maybe their luck's about to change.
Come on, didn't I tell you guys that Mona belongs to the same club that I do?
Mona Lott?
Yeah, she's really into heavy massages, too.
We were just wondering if you'd like to come to a beach party with us later.
And here's the beach party. It's less of a party and more of a choreographed dance.
It is.
But after the bonfire, there's 10 points for Brad and 10 points for Steve. Personally, I'd award them some extra points for actually getting consent.
Nah, that'll never work.
But that doesn't seem to matter in this game. The next day, Arsenault is telling a load of people that the renowned sculptor of this statue of J. Peter Coxwell will soon be arriving from New York to create the full-scale model.
Under my supervision, of course.
Of course.
And the statue will be ready to present on their Founders' Day celebration. Meanwhile, one of the women watching is bored and bumps into Steve, who's cleaning the floor. She's dressed in tennis gear, and Steve plays tennis, so he agrees to give her a lesson.
It's all in the stroke. Some ladies like a hard, fast stroke, while others seem to prefer a long, slow follow-through.
Well, which do you think is best for me?
There's only one way to find out.
And then they bang. Hugh is working on a chemical that dissolves bathing suits.
Goodbye, bathing suits.
He puts it in the swimming pool so that Marvin can swim underwater with a mask and see all the girls naked. But uh-oh, here's Arsenault. And here's Brad's latest and most problematic plan to get Mona. He pays this masseuse at the health club, Hung Lo, $20 to perform her massage in his place.
Hung Lo have big surprise for Missy soon.
Oh, dear.
But he gets caught. His punishment? Lines.
What?
Yep.
So while Hugh is working out the points, Brad is sexually assaulting a waitress.
Of course. Well, isn't that what most people do?
No.
Really? Yes.
Hugh is currently in last place on 0 points.
I've got my strategy all planned out.
And here's his plan. Going up a ladder to Mona's bedroom and filming her getting changed.
I see.
It's all going okay, until a dog starts biting Marvin, who's supposed to be holding the ladder.
Hi, Miss Lott. I'm just here to gaze at your tits.
So she slams the window shut, and Hugh falls to the ground, leaving his camera in her room. And surprise, surprise, Arsenault is there too. Hugh's punishment? Cleaning windows.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
None of these punishments are fitting. They're getting school punishments for what are actual crimes. Anyway, Steve is at Claudia's house. She's the one from the tennis lesson earlier. They're about to start at it when her husband gets home. And look who her husband is. Steve ends up escaping out of the window and doesn't get caught on this occasion. Back in the dorm, Hugh is using his computer to work out the best way to view the girls' locker room. It turns out the best place to look from is through the ceiling, so they send Marvin in. What they really want Marvin to see is Mona. He's using a headset to report what he's seeing, and the other three are listening in the corridor. But uh-oh, here's Arsenault. Then the inevitable happens.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
You are this close to being expelled.
Come again?
So still not expelled then. Brilliant. Their punishment is a curfew and a ban from contact with all members of the opposite sex. But they can't have this. So that night they get dressed up in some pretty cool 80s clothes. Collars are up, sunglasses are on, as are gloves, a beret and a headband. They go to this place called the Pig Pen where they have strippers. Tonight is a wet t-shirt contest as well as a Cheek of the Week competition. Sadly, I can't show much of what's going on in here.
I don't know if it's the kind of thing you should be looking at.
Arsenault is on a date with Mona and he's taking her to the Pig Pen.
Don't worry about the name. It's got the best pork chops in town.
Yeah, right.
When they get inside, they see the boys covering strippers with whipped cream and licking it off. And finally, they're expelled. But they have one last plan to get revenge on Arsenault. Today is the Founders' Day celebration and presentation of the J. Peter Coxwell statue. The boys break into the school and do something to it the night before. Then they attend the presentation, dressed as women. If you thought Brad's disguise was bad earlier, these are far worse. Everyone is really impressed with the statue, and the chairman of the Board of Education is very pleased with Arsenault.
A magnificent job, sir.
But he couldn't just leave it at that.
I have put together a short film presentation, so could we roll that film right now, please?
And here it comes.
Film? My God. This is the wrong film. Those damn kids, they must have switched the film. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this is not the film that I ordered. Mr. Chairman, I have to apologize. I'm sorry. Cut that film. Cut it.
Wait, no, stop it!
Turn off that film.
You are fired, you arsehole!
The statue has been made to breathe some sort of gas that makes everyone horny, and Mona Lott strips for the crowd. I can't show that, so you're going to have to use your imagination and make do with some crowd reactions. After all that's happened, the boys are up on stage with instruments, performing some 80s song, and that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and check out this other video. Thank you.